Hi guys, and welcome back to another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a battle against Nate, and he's got a cool team, as you can see, pretty original, so it's going to be another good one, and we're going to get right into it. So, he led with Infernape, and I led with Gastrodon. So he's going to go right for the U-turn to get a little damage, scout me, switch out. That's only going to take me down by about a quarter, so not too bad. And he does get the mandatory switch, so he's going to come in with Roserade, predicting the water move. But I actually went for the Earth Power instead for max damage. And that's going to take him down by a little more than half, so that was good. And then I'm going to regain some health with my leftovers. So I'm going to switch out then. I don't want to get taken out with a grass move, so I'm going to come in with Ferrothorn, predicting that. And he does go for the Sleep Powder, so that's not going to do anything to me. Then he's going to switch out. I guess there's not much he can do to me, so he's going to come in with Aggron. And I just went for the Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up. So I'm going to switch out then. There's not much I can do to this thing. So I'm going to come in with Dusk Noir, and my pressure is going to come into play. And he's actually going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Aggron. And he actually just goes for his Stealth Rock to get the entry hazard set up on me. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake here for max damage. I am choice banded, but even so, that only takes him down by about a quarter, so not too much. He's actually going to go for the Roar, which was a little bit of a surprise to switch me out and randomly bring in one of my other Pokemon. So it switches in Ferrothorn, and I'm going to take some damage from the rocks. So I'm just going to go for the knockoff here to try and get some damage. That didn't do much of anything, and he's actually going to go for another Roar to switch me out again, and this time he brings in Gastrodon, and I'm going to take some damage from the rocks again, and I'm also going to regain some more health with my leftovers. So he's going to switch out then. He doesn't want to get taken out with an Earth Power, so he's going to come in with Electros, predicting that, and take some damage from the rocks. But I actually predicted the switch, so I went for the Scald instead, but even so, that doesn't do a whole lot of damage to him, takes him down to about 2/3, and then I'm going to regain some health with my leftovers. So I'm going to switch out here, predicting the Giga Drain. I don't want to get taken out with that, so I'm going to come in with Florges and take some damage from the rocks. And he actually just goes for the knockoff, which is not going to do a whole lot of damage, but it is going to get rid of my Assault Vest, so that's not good for me. This turn I'm going to go for the Moonblast for max damage, trying to take him out. Drops him down to about a quarter, and I do get the special attack decrease, so that was good. So he's going to go for the Volt Switch, actually, which is going to drop me down to half. And he's going to get the mandatory switch out and come in with Vaporeon and take some damage from the rocks, and also regain some health with his leftovers. So I stayed in and went for the Energy Ball here for max damage. That is going to take him down to about half, so that was pretty good. Then he's actually going to go for the Wish to get health restoration for one of his Pokemon next turn, and then he's going to regain some health with the leftovers again. So he's going to switch out then and come in with Aggron, trying to heal it the rest of the way with Wish. He's going to take some damage from the rocks, and I just went for the Moonblast to try and get damage on whatever he switched in, and that's going to take him down by a little more than half, but then the Wish is going to put him back up to almost full, unfortunately. So this turn I stayed in and went for the Hidden Power Ground to try and get damage on him. That only took him down by about a third though, and that's going to leave me open to get hit with a Heavy Slam, and that's going to be more than enough to take my Florges out and give him the lead at 6-5. So then I'm going to come in with Pidgeot and take some damage from the rocks. And he's going to switch out then, probably predicting the Heat Wave. so he's going to come back in with Vaporeon and take some more damage from the rocks. And I'm going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Pidgeot. And I did go for the Heat Wave, so that's not going to do too much to him. And then he's going to regain some health with his leftovers. So this turn he's going to go for the Protect just to stall me out for another turn of leftovers recovery. I just went for the Hurricane for max damage. So then he is going to get to regain some more health with the leftovers. So then I'm just going to go for another Hurricane to try and take him out. I got the crit, but I don't think it mattered because he was pretty weak anyway. So that is going to take his Vaporeon out and tie the battle up at 5-5. So then he's going to come in with Infernape and take some damage from the rocks. And I'm going to switch out here because I don't know if I can outspeed him and I don't want to take the risk. So I'm going to come in with Gastrodon to try and absorb whatever attack he throws at me. I'm going to take some damage from the rocks. And then he's going to go for the Stone Edge. So that's going to take me down to about half. He got the crit, but even so didn't do a whole lot of damage. And then I'm going to regain some health with my leftovers. So he's going to switch out then. He doesn't want to get taken out with a water or ground move. So he's going to come in with Salamence, predicting either one, and take some damage from the rocks and get the Intimidate to lower my attack. But I actually predicted the switch and went for the Recover instead. So that's going to put me back up to full health. So this turn he's going to go for the Dragon Dance to get +1 attack and speed. And I just went for the Ice Beam here for max damage. I guess he predicted a switch, but I did stay in it, and that's just going to take him right out and give me the lead at 5-4. So then he's going to come in with Electros, and he's just barely going to survive the Stealth Rock damage on the switch in. So I'm going to switch out again here, predicting the Giga Drain again. I don't want to get caught with that, so I'm going to come in with Infernape and take some damage from the rocks. And this time does go for the Giga Drain, so that's not going to do too much to me. And he is going to regain a little bit of health with that. So I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz here for max damage, just in case he tries to switch. But he does stay in, and that's going to be more than enough to take him out and give me a big lead at 5-3. And I am going to take some damage from the Recoil and the Life Orb. So then he's going to come back in with Aggron and take some damage from the rocks. And I'm just going to go for another Flare Blitz here for max damage, trying to finish him off. And he just barely survives that in the red, unfortunately for me. And I am going to take some damage from the Recoil and the Life Orb, leaving me with 30 health, which is going to let him go for the Earthquake. And that is going to be more than enough to take my Infernape out, and now I'm only winning 4-3. So then I'm going to come back in with Ferrothorn and take some damage from the rocks. And I actually predicted a switch here, which is why I went for the Power Whip, but he stayed in, but even so it was enough to finish him off and give me my big lead back at 4-2. So then he's going to come back in with Infernape and take some more damage from the rocks. And he actually goes for the U-turn here. I guess he was predicting a switch, but I actually predicted his prediction, so I stayed in. And he's actually going to take quite a bit of damage from the Iron Barbs and the Rocky Helmet. And then he's going to get the mandatory switch out and come back in with Roserade and take more damage from the rocks. And I just went for a knockoff here for damage, and that's actually going to be enough to take his Roserade out and give me a huge lead at 4-1. So finally he's going to come back in with Infernape and take more damage from the rocks. So this time he is just going to go for the Flare Blitz for max damage. And that is going to be more than enough to take me right out. But he is going to take some damage from the Iron Barbs and the Rocky Helmet as well. So that attack does knock my Ferrothorn out, but then the recoil damage is going to simultaneously knock his Infernape out as well, and I still have 3 Pokemon left, so that is good game, Nate. So, thanks for watching again, everybody. As always, feel free to like and or comment on the video, as well as subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. Also, if you're interested in battling me, you can leave a comment with your friend code, we can battle, and then if it turns out good, I will make a video and post it up here on the channel. So, that's it, and we will see you next time.